Oh my God, people, stop it. The Jamaican accent is not an African dialect.
What's up, my good people? Welcome back to the channel once again. I'm your host, Julie Reaction. If today is your first time coming across my video, kindly subscribe, share, like and comment, and you will be a blessing to this channel. To my returning viewers and subscribers, I do really appreciate your love and support. So today we are going to dive into a topic that has sparkled a lot of debate online, especially among Jamaicans at home and abroad. A viral video has been making rounds on social media after an Asian woman made comments about Jamaican identity and African heritage that many people found disrespectful and controversial. Now, this conversation is bigger than just a video. It touches on history, culture, race, identity, and the pride Jamaicans have in whom they are. So today we are going to break this whole thing down calmly, honestly, and respectfully. So before we dive into this discussion, I want us kindly to watch this video till the end, and I'll be back with more commentary. All credits goes back to the original creator of the videos.
Ministry of Education, I have a bone to pick with you. Why are so many Jamaicans ignorant of their own history? Why so much dunce people in my comment section? Oh my God, people, stop it. The Jamaican accent is not an African dialect. The Jamaican accent, like everything associated with modern Jamaican heritage, is in fact the byproduct of the cultural melting pot that our motto embraces. In fact, in terms of cadence, it's most similar to an Irish accent.
I've been shook enough now, to be honest, since the racing is a bit tired now and the legs are like jelly, but yeah, I suppose we did a bit of celebrating and did the podium thing and got to put on the podium pants as well.
You see, as early as 1656, Oliver Cromwell ordered 2,000 Irish children to be taken to Jamaica and sold to English settlers. The extent of Irish immigration to Jamaica was so prolific in the centuries to follow that 25% of Jamaican citizens can claim Irish ancestry. And this includes Bob Marley and Marcus Garvey. So if you never know, now you know. Again, out of many, one people. Number one, Jamaica is not an African nation. It's not a black country. We identify as an ethnically diverse society. People, please just stop it. Out of many, one people, Jamaicans. We do not hyphenate and we do not encourage separation by race. Number two, this one's mine. This is my granny one. This one is my mom's. And this is grandpa. Yeah, it's hardcover. Grandpa died a long time ago. If you are planning a trip to Jamaica and you don't own one of these, you're going to have to book a return flight from where you came. These are the rules. I'm just laying it down for you. If you go to Jamaica and you don't have one of these, immigration will stamp your passport and give you a set amount of time that you're allowed to stay in Jamaica. And if you overstay, you're welcome. We put you back on a plane and we send you back. You, not me, you back to the country for which you came.
Jamaican, right?
Oh God, here we go. I know you're trying to take it.
There's ignorant Jamaicans, huh?
The video going around of what appears to be a Chinese Jamaican woman really coming for black African people from Jamaica, particularly those of us who live a foreign, yeah, in relation to issues of blackness, Africanness, and the possession of a passport or lack thereof. People are sending me this video and ask me what I have to say about it. And the reality is, I have nothing to say to she. Any non-African person from Jamaica or anywhere else in the world that has a problem with Africans from Jamaica, yard or foreign, asserting our Africanness and our blackness, that a feeding problem. This is not something that we should feel the need to justify, apologize for, or even explain, especially when you consider the colonial and neo-colonial experience of African Jamaicans and how that results in the migration of African Jamaicans, as well as the extent to which the colonizer attempted to sever us from a sense of heritage and a sense of culture. That alone tell you everything what you need to know about the mentality of the smaddy will make that the video there. So I have nothing more to say about that except to affirm the teachings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey when Africans of his time were being challenged in relation to our affirmation and assertion of racial and cultural pride. Let contrary sentiments and cross opinions go to the winds. We are entitled to our own opinions and not obligated or bound by the opinions of others. Awo. Having said that, I was listening to Running African, hosted by Sister Kabo Ma'at Keru Wadeya, and she featured a story on some events and conversations that were taking place in Jamaica on this issue. Take a listen.
You notice that there is a big conversation going on here in Jamaica right now about Mark Golding and whether or not he's black or white. And you heard a response where, you know, we have all kinds of people, because out of the motto is out of many one. So this is what we're hearing now, right? That, oh, we have Chinese Jamaican, we have Indian Jamaican, and so on. And the person who was speaking, I think it might have been Mr. Morgan himself, you know, called out every other race Jamaican apart from African Jamaican. That in itself was telling.
So it does seem, yes, that the African Jamaicans' assertion and affirmation of our Africanness does seem to make some people very, very uncomfortable. And we should be aware of this and what agenda it serves. But beyond that, make we assert with Africanness and with blackness without fear or favor. And not make nobody make you feel shame or make you feel like you do them something wrong when you assert your blackness and your Africanness. Our heritage and our culture cannot be bound by a passport and cannot be dictated to us by anybody other than ourselves if we are guided by the principle of self-determination.
Chinese Jamaican women is teaching Jamaican descendants their history.
Have comprehension issues, so we're going to try this again. There is a fundamental difference between Chinese laborers that were brought to Jamaica in the 1800s as indentured laborers and Chinese corporations linked to the People's Republic of China that is a communist government. So over here, we have these people, and they don't like these people, but they're the same people technically. So these people move from Yasso and come over Yasso with these people here. All right? These people soon come back. Now, when these people arrive, there are these people. As you can see, there's plenty Coca-Cola. We have ginger beer, Inca Cola, and orange cola. All right? Now, at first, these people didn't get along because they are separated by culture and language. But eventually, these people started to understand each other. And they're like, one day, hey, let's run a boat. So then these people brought their ingredients to the pot, and these people took from their culture and put their ingredients into the pot. This is out of many sodas, one stew.
Termination.
I'm so tired of this narrative. It is simply not true, and I don't know where it started. I don't know who is trying to create this propaganda that Africans don't accept us in the diaspora. It is not true. A great majority of them love us and embrace us and want us to come over there and connect with them. Sure, you have a few that may be saying, oh, you know, don't come over here, but I mean, it's one and two, and most of them are just not in their right minds. Just like you have piece of shit Jamaicans, but I'm not going around and saying, oh, Jamaica is hell because you have a few people who aren't very nice. Check the comment section of the last video that I posted. It is full of comments from the continent, all over the continent. Even on Instagram, I have 50k followers on Instagram. About 90% of them are Africans. Africans love us, especially Jamaicans. Okay, maybe they don't like Black Americans so much, right? And you can understand, you know, I love my Black American brothers and sisters, but y'all are hard to deal with sometimes, especially when you come to other places where other African people are. You know, you come with your entitlement, you come with your attitude, you come with your complaining. Like, it's very difficult to deal with y'all because you're American, you know, and that's just the truth. But we love in the same way, you know, but it's just hard to deal with. But Africans love Jamaicans. They love Jamaicans. Ghana, they act just like us. They actually act like us. That's how much they love us. Come on. And the rest of Ethiopia.
I just want to repeat the question. Are you Jamaican or Africa? The question in and of itself is inherently flawed and reeks of bad faith. Because one, Jamaica is a country and Africa is a continent. Secondly, when that question, are you Jamaican or are you African, is asked, the question is not about a ancestry, it's about a present-day identity. Jamaicans are very much aware and claim their African ancestry. Many claiming the modern state of Ghana, claiming that the majority of enslaved Jamaicans came from the Gold Coast, while others lay claim to the modern state of Nigeria, claiming terms such as Red Igbo and words like Uno being their rationale. And there's even a few who cite Sierra Leone as their ancestral place of origin due to the fact that many enslaved Jamaicans actually were sent back to Sierra Leone and the similarity between Jamaican patois and...
So guys, let us dive into this discussion. This controversy started when a woman in a viral video claimed that Jamaicans are ignorant of their own history. She argues that the Jamaican accent is not mainly African in origin but strongly influenced by the Irish. She also described Jamaican as not being a black country but rather a mixed society made up of many ethnic groups. Technically, Jamaica is indeed a multicultural country. Historically, people from Africa, Europe, India, China, the Middle East, and other regions have all contributed to the nation's development. That part is true, but what angered more people was the tone and the suggestion that African heritage should somehow be minimized or questioned. And this is where emotions started boiling over online. You see, for many Jamaicans, especially Afro-Jamaicans, their African roots are not just a historical detail. It is tied directly to survival, resistance, slavery, freedom, culture, and identity. African people were brought to Jamaica through slavery, and despite generations of oppression, they built a culture that became one of the most powerful cultural influence in the entire world. Think about it. Reggae music, dancehall, Rastafarian culture, patois, Jamaican athletics, Jamaican food, the spirit and resilience of the people. All of these things carry strong African influence mixed with Caribbean experience. So when someone appears to dismiss that connection, many Jamaicans take it personal because they see it as an attack on the foundation of the culture itself. Now, another point raised in the viral video was about the Jamaican accent. The woman claimed the accent was more Irish influenced than African. And while historians do acknowledge that Irish and British colonization affected the development of Jamaican speech pattern, many distinguished also point out that Jamaican patois was heavily shaped by the Western African language spoken by enslaved Africans. In reality, Jamaican culture is a fusion. It is a mix of African retention, Europe influence, and Caribbean activity. One side does not erase the other. Some defended the woman's comment by saying Jamaicans need to know their full history instead of simplifying it. Others strongly rejected the statement, saying nobody should lecture Jamaicans about their own identity, especially outsiders who may not fully understand the emotional and historical depth behind it. And honestly, that debate reveals something deeper happening across the world. Many people are questioning identity. More people are reconnecting with ancestry. Other cultures are becoming protected over their heritage because globalization sometimes makes people feel like their roots are being diluted or erased. For Jamaicans, pride in blackness and Africa ancestry is deeply connected to national pride itself. Now, one of the most interesting part of this respond video was when someone spoke about the relationship between Jamaica and Africa on the continent, especially in places like Kenya. There is a stereotype online that Africans do not accept black people in the diaspora, but this is strongly pushed back against the idea. I don't agree that Africans don't accept the Africans in the diaspora. That one is no. Jamaican culture is admired and respected. Even here in Kenya, we do admire and respect Jamaican culture. And honestly, we can see evidence of that. Reggae music is loved across Africa. Bob Marley remains legendary. Jamaican flag can be seen in Africa communities. Dancehall culture has spread globally. Even the language and fashion influenced people worldwide. The culture connection between Jamaica and Africa is very clear. Indeed, it's very clean and it's very clear. Us as Africans, we love Jamaicans so dearly. And it is important for us Africans to come out and speak, because sometimes social media creates unnecessary division between two people who actually shares the same emotion and historical ties. At the end of the day, Jamaican history is complicated, powerful and unique. It is a nation shaped by pain, resistance, survival, creativity and unity. No single group owns the full story, but one should erase the central role African heritage played in building modern Jamaican either. So guys, do you think the viral comments were misunderstood, or do you think they crossed the line? Drop your thoughts at the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment and share if you enjoyed this commentary. And as always, respect to everybody who is watching from the Caribbean, Africa, Jamaica and all over the world. See you in my next One Love.